Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the Hummel, the Tier 6 German SPG, located on the south spawn of Halluf. This one is under the command of talon1958. Yes, he's still recovering from the coup, but he's getting better all the time, and so is Angelina. And this was last week's set of videos. Yep, it was only a few. We're going to watch them because, well, they're still recovering, so they're still getting better, and they're improving with every game. Okay, it's the stock Hummel, and we can see that Talon's aiming for the northwest corner of the map. 15cm howitzer with the gorilla gun, the gorilla howitzer, which of course, as you know, is much more accurate. It's got a better trajectory, a better reload time altogether, which makes it the preferred choice for those people who are Arty professionals, as you might say. He's waiting for the enemy to turn up, but nobody's come yet. They will eventually. Well, enemy have been seen on the other side of the valley, and Talon's decided to aim over there because he can get a shot on that Super Hellcat. Okay, he's almost dialed in. If the guy's still there, he's about to get a nasty shot. Rounds out. Long flight time. Well, that certainly woke him up, and yes, he was stunned by that shot, but he didn't lose any hit points because he had the good sense to actually pull back. But the other Arty on our team did get a hit into him. And unfortunately, Talon didn't get any stun assist off that shot because his stun had worn off by the time the shell arrived. Okay, we've got an M2Y over here. Tier 7 game with Tier 6 tanks in it. He's bottom tier, so he's going to earn extra XP for all of the higher tier tanks that he hits. Rounds out. No, they're putting back. Well, he got some stun, but they are pulling back, so he's not going to get anything off that. Okay, he's still reloading. Standard reload, 25.31. Talon's got 20.50. He's going to shoot at the Viz 44-1. Rounds out. He could hit him. Well, it landed right next door to him, but he did pick up some hit points, and finally he's on the scoreboard with 114. Not a lot, but it can progress. And now the enemy's come to this corner, it's much more easier for him to get shots on them. And he's almost reloaded. Here we go. Decided to go for the VK. Rounds out. The guy pulls back. Still takes a hit for 143 from Splash. It's much more difficult for them to pull out the way when there's such a short distance. He did pick up some damage assist there because he tracked the VK. He's now going to go to try and get the kill. Yes, he gets him. The shell landed right next door to the VK, and he took the full force, and he didn't have enough hit points left to survive that one. I'll let you know that this is the first of 3 videos about last week's battle. If you're a regular on What Arty Noobs, you know who actually won last week. Rounds out. Lands just behind the Viz 44-1. The first of the Czech heavy tanks. Okay, he's looking around for a new target. Should always be trying to anticipate which one's going to get the next shell and trying to work out where the best angle is. You want to fire and keep your fire rates up high, and that maximizes your chances of either getting a Confederate or at the very least maximizing out on stun. Rounds out the Viz 44. Lands next door to him, stuns him. Slows him down on his reload. He's aiming to take a shot. There's our teammate. And, oh, enemy Arty spotted. And FB304's got too close to the action. He got spotted. And he's about to take a 15cm Arty shell. Rounds out. Direct hit. Wipes him out with one shot. Perfect. Thin armor on that FB304, just let the shell through. For most of you who don't know, the alpha on these shells is 480 and it penetrates 38mm of armor. But the FB304 doesn't have much in the way of armor, So that was probably a penetrating shot and one shot kill. And the M2Y takes a hit for 127. So Talon's starting to pick up the sort of damage that we normally expect from him. This battle's far from over, but the team are already 3 tanks ahead on the enemy team. And this Hummel, got way too close, and yeah, that didn't work out. Super Hellcat took him. He also, I believe, had the stock gun, if I remember, so yes, he was getting way too close. You should stay out of sight if, even when you're getting too close. Just close enough that you can actually get a hit on the enemy, but not too close. And in fact, actually, it does help to be further away with the stock gun, because then the trajectory is more up and over. Talon is getting closer to the enemy because they're getting further away from him, apart from that VZ44-1, who's well, still fighting out with our M2Y. Talon's noticed an enemy tank coming up the other route, and it's the Challenger. It's a tier 7 British tank destroyer. A bit late on that one, I think. Oh no, it wasn't. He got it absolutely right. He hit the Challenger, and the turret on the Challenger is very thin indeed. It's basically a Cromwell hull with a very thin turret with a big gun. And if he hit that guy, he might have got a penetration of him. He's trying to get close enough so he can get shots on some of these enemy tanks across the valley. Yeah, I did say it was too close to call this one, but they were 3 tanks ahead. Now they're only 1 tank ahead. In fact, we didn't see the result of that one because he pulled away too quickly, but now we can see there's an M2Y down the valley, but I don't expect he'll stay there long because there's KV2 and the Super Hellcat after him, and yes, I think he'll probably succumb to them. They're both going either side of the rock in the centre. Firing a blind shot in. No, hit the top of the hill. There he is. And he's a one shot. But the M2Y still managed to kill our KV2, even with though he was one shot. But he has gone now. He was taken out by the Jackson. The enemy's got a Super Hellcat coming in. And all that Challenger's just died. But he was missing most of his hit points. So I think that Talon has probably scored a lot more damage than it's actually showing at the moment. Hopefully what he'll do is he'll actually scoot across the valley at this moment, follow the Super Hellcat down, cross the other side, get up the other side, because there's that Super Hellcat on the enemy team. If he drives around, he might find Talon, and we don't want him to find us. Plus, of course, there's an M4A3E2 up on the heights, and if he goes down this route, he might be able to get a shot on that guy. He might be able to get a shot on the Super Hellcat instead, but look at this AMX 12 ton sitting up high, thinking he's safe. Well, he's pulled away, but the Super Hellcat to the north, there he is. Now, he's a one shot, and he's gone. So that means the threat from the Super Hellcat is out the way. And now he just needs to go straight across the valley. Oh! No, I say that, but then the enemy Jackson turns up in the north as well. The M2Y just found him. And he's got no shot at the moment. No shot at all. The red line indicates that there's an obstruction in the way. Our Super Hellcat's going up to try and deal with that Jackson. It's coming up behind him. Going to catch him in the crossfire. Well, the M44 on our team is obviously playing with the top gun, which means he can fire from way down in the south. We can't do that. He's dropping his shells in near vertically at long range. So the Jackson's dead. That means now there's only the remaining enemy tanks, the AMX 12 ton and this Sherman, what it's called, it's the Sherman Jumbo. He tracked that guy as well. Now, can we get around in? Come on. He's going to fix his track any second. He's probably still there. Just fire another one in anyway. Rounds out. Well, it landed a little short of the target there. I don't think he'll try and drive across the valley to our side. I think he'll try and stay and defend his own cap area. The thing is now that Talon's actually got so close, the rocks are in the way and he might not be able to get shots on that Sherman Jumbo. He's actually hiding behind the rock. We've got no shot on him at the moment. And there's the kill. Taken by the Super Hellcat. That just leaves the AMX 12 ton. And he's not been seen for a while. Now, he might have made it over to our side of the map. But then he's got to realise that he can't cap out and win on his own. And now we've got two in the cap, or just about to get two in the cap, to force this AMX 12 ton to come back. Talon's decided to pre-aim in that general direction. He's telling his teammates, that's where I'm looking. Nope, they've decided they're not going to cap. They're going to hunt him down. That may be a bit of a mistake. I think the M2Y has decided, no, I'm going to stay in the cap. And that's the smart decision, because a lot of them are just not fast enough to catch that AMX 12 ton. He is quite a nippy little light tank. And Talon, well, he's better off staying where he is for the moment. If he does expose himself and the AMX 12 ton is out there, then he could get wiped out by him. He is an autoloader with 4 shots, 75mm gun. They haven't found him up on the heights, which means I think he has crossed the valley. No, he is there. He just decided to chicken out and go down the side of the cliff. Now, it's very, very difficult to kill enemy tanks when they do that. And although I did see a battle just the other day, a Paul's medal, where somebody took the risk, dived over the cliff to kill the last remaining enemy who'd gone down the side of the cliff. And he managed to land on top of him and wipe him out. Our Super Hellcat died in trying to take out the AMX 12 ton. And we can just about see, oh, he's in the underwater, so he's going to drown now. And there you go. That's the end of the game. Well, here's the end of the first game, and it was the second-class tanker for talon1958 in the Hummel. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 6, and his win rate for the battle was 1,616, and that's going to become relevant later on. If we look at the team score, we can see that on damage, he, well, was in the top half of the table. Not a huge amount of damage. He actually ended up with 978, which is much more than we thought. And the top scorer in the game was the M2Y on our team with 3,041. He picked up a high caliber and steel wall. 2,290 went to the other M2Y, who didn't survive the game. And the third highest was that Viz 44-1 on the enemy team, 1,613. When it came to kills, it was the Super Hellcat on our team who did the best with 5 kills. 3 kills went to the Challenger on the enemy team, and 2 kills went to the M2Y, the M44 and Talon. They all got 2 each, and so did the M2Y on the enemy team. So third place on kills. When it came to base XP, he's much better off up the table. 1,211 to the M2Y, 961 to the other M2Y, 682 to the T71DE, and just behind, or DA, and just behind him is Talon in the Hummel with 679. I'll just have a quick check on that Challenger. Yes, he did hit him. He didn't pen him, but he did hit him for 203 hit points with that direct hit that he fired in that general direction. He didn't actually get any pen. Even when he actually hit... Oh, he did pen. Sorry. It's just not showing there. He penned the FV304. He went straight through his armor for 315 hit points. So he had been hit before. Let's have a look at the rest of the details. 15 shots fired, 3 direct hits, 1 penetration. We saw that was the FV304. 10 splash. Damage of 978 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 6 in the enemy, killed 2. Did 855 hit points of damage assist and 290 hit points of stun assist off 7 stuns. He earned 37,046 credits from the game, 30,000 for completing a mission, 67,046 altogether, and after ammunition resupply, took away a profit of 59,471. 1,018 base XP, not base XP because that's base. This is 1,018 XP times 2, 2,037 altogether. So not a bad game actually in the Hummel. 1,616 his win 8 so far. So let's have a look at the second battle and see if he does any better in that one. The second battle is on the south spawn of mines, and this time round Talon is in the 212A. Tier 9 Soviet SPG. It's got a 203mm howitzer, the B4 howitzer, and it's in an enclosed chamber, a casement, which means obviously that it can use vents, which increases the performance of the crew. Okay, he's going to pick the corner next to the bushes, and he's getting ready to shoot at the enemy. One's turned up already, a Centurion 7-1. He's lining up to try and take a pot shot at these guys. Didn't take a shot there, he could have. Okay, he's fully lined up now. The T10's his target. Well, he fires in and, ooh, landed just behind the T10, but it actually stunned the IS-3A behind him as well. Now, these shells are capable of doing 900 alpha, and he's only loaded standard ammo, 52mm of pen, but he's also got a 10.4 meter burst radius, and these shells will do stun. Okay, he's almost ready to go. Rounds out, looks good. Right next door to him for 238. I just saw Arty shell coming in, yes. It looks like the enemy Arty knows where we are. And there is only one, it's an M53, M55. I saw that shell coming out, I thought that looks suspiciously like it's coming in our direction. And yes, he was aiming for Talon, but he got it wrong. Because Talon had already moved forward to avoid counter battery, and the M53, M55 missed. Now watch for the enemy tracer. He's still in reload at this moment, but if Talon waits until he gets a clean shot, we might see the enemy tracer, and he might be able to get his own back on that guy. So we're looking. I'm sure that enemy M53 is going to try and fire again into the corner. Pretty certain he will. Just waiting for confirmation of where he is right now. That's why he's taking this sort of wide view. Okay, we've got a Striv S1. We'll aim in on him. But we might see the tracer from the RT when he fires this round in, and he gets a direct hit. And I think that was... Well, it was a non-penetrating shot, but it was a good shot. And he's now moved forward to avoid the counter battery. There's the fire. And the shell landed behind him. So yes, the enemy Arty is trying to counter battery, but missed. Now he knows that Talon's in this corner, but he can't hit Talon unless Talon doesn't move. And of course Talon is moving. He's staying close to the building for the moment. Having a look to see where he can actually fire. Okay, he might be able to get a shot in this direction. Oh, he can definitely hit these two. Yeah, in fact, that FB4202 is a one-shot now. If he lands the shell next to that guy, he could expire. Well, he fired, and now he's pulling in for the shelter of these buildings. I don't know if you've been watching Honest Gaming or Steve was, but he actually found out if you knock a hole or knock down that building, you actually create a hole through the building which you can actually shoot through. So try not to knock down that house if you can whilst you're playing. Okay. Looks like the enemy Arty has now given up, and he's actually firing at our friendly tanks. Rounds out the... Oh! Super Pershing died just as we fired. You see there, he's just damaged the building. That means now you can shoot through that building, actually. A little known fact that Steve Walst actually shared in one of his videos. Well worth paying attention to that. If you're defending, you can actually shoot through that hole at the enemy as they get close. If you're attacking, you knock the building down and then you shoot through the gap just in case the enemy's hiding behind it. Okay, is he going to take a shot at that strip? He's probably still there. We're one up on the enemy at the moment. Still anybody's game. Okay, he's probably going to take a chance that the enemy Arty is in this corner. Not so likely, actually, but you never know. Oh, no, lots of enemy just suddenly come into sight, so he's decided to go for the strip. He hit that guy before, and you can see where the impact was, just underneath the gun. And that time round he splashed it. Needs to move quickly, just in case the enemy RT was aware. That's good, that's really good. In a game like this where the enemy RT has already made their presence known, it's wise to actually change position after each shot. The enemy RT did get fairly close though. He got 388 hit points from a splash hit. Oh, enemy's RT's in sight. He was in that corner. Oh no, he fired that shot, but the enemy RT's now been spotted. He was in A2, so when Talon was actually aiming at A2, he actually had him banged to rights. If he fired the round in, he would have hit him. There he is. Well, I suspect that Talon's going to reload before the enemy RT does, so I think he's going to return the favour. Let's see if he can get a bit of damage on that guy. The ELC-790 there. Okay, rounds out, long flight time. Just lets him know we're still around. It's a bit like the old shell game. You try and confuse the enemy. Now, did he hit him or not? We lost sight of him there for a brief moment. Rounds out. Here we go. Yes, he got him. Yep, he did damage him the first shot, and the second shot finished him off with a splash kill. So we don't have to worry about RT now, so we can actually just stay where we are. 3 tanks up on the enemy. He could actually change position altogether now if he wanted to. Talon could actually move out well over to the west and use that to actually hit some of the enemy tanks who are hiding. He's trying to line up a shot on the Striv, who's changing position quite rapidly. Rounds out. Oh no, he stopped suddenly. He got tracked. That's unfortunate because, yep, he's gone. If he moved up to the west now, he might be able to get shots on that Progetto in the center of the map. It's almost like he's reading my mind. I haven't seen this replay before. I never see the replays before I play them, unless of course they're my own. That's the only instance when I do know the outcome of the battle. But as I haven't played the game since Christmas, or in fact actually I think it was just after the New Year that I played. I haven't had a replay of my own to play for some time. Okay, he's ready to go, and that Progetto is a nice target, just dialing in. Rounds out, direct hit, 373, makes him a one shot, and he's gone. And that means now there's only one enemy left. It's the ELC-790. and he was last seen in this vicinity. He's probably hiding in the corner. Yep, he's probably over there. Oh, no, he's not. He's up here. The moment he gets spotted, he gets splattered. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a third-class tanker for talon1958 in the 212A. All he managed to get was a bruiser medal out of that one for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got another 6 critical hits off this one. And his win rate was actually less than the last one, 1,488. So there was no improvement on his second class in the last battle for Talon. So yes, he's still recovering from the dreaded coup, so he won't be playing very much more. But we can see in the end of battle stats that he was actually in the top 4 on his team for damage. But not the top 4 overall, because he managed to get 1,519 hit points of damage. But the high scorer in the game was actually the Tortoise on the enemy team with 5,248. He picked up a high caliber for that. The second highest damage was the E75, 5,170. He got a Confederate. And the third highest damage in the game went to the Emil 2 with a steel wall, and he got 3,875. So Talon's 1,519, well, there's 4 members of the enemy team above him, 3 members of his own. That puts him in 8th place overall. When it came to kills, it was the Scorpion G did the best with 4 kills. 3 kills went to the Emil 2, the TNH 105 1000, and also the Tortoise on the enemy team. 2 kills went to the E75 and to the Striv S1. I'm afraid Talon only got the 1 kill, but it was a good one because it was the enemy Arty. And when it came to base XP, well, he's a little further down the table. The top scorer being the E75 with 1,227, the Emil 2 getting 1,094, and the Scorpion getting 895, with Talon picking up 664. He fired 11 rounds in this game, got 2 direct hits but no penetrations and 10 splash. Damage of 1,519 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Received 1 hit by way of splash from the enemy Arty. It was very close actually, it just landed right behind him. If it had been any closer, it might have actually killed him, because it might have landed on the roof of his compartment and penetrated it. He got 6 enemy vehicles damaged, 1 killed, and 343 hit points of stun assist off 9 stuns. He earned 26,040 credits from the game, but 105,000 for completing a mission, so his grand total was 131,040 credits altogether. And after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 97,951 credits profit. 996 XP times 2 for the first victory, took away 1,992 experience points. So second game wasn't an improvement, and well, the third game is one of Angelina's, so let's see if she's able to beat Talon with her first game. The third replay is on the Safe Haven map, and Angelina75 is in the Hummel. So this is her response to Talon's battles. Well, the Hummel with the stock gun. Angelina knows how good it is because she's got 2 marks of excellence on the barrel, and wouldn't be surprised if she's actually getting close to her 3rd mark by now. Just moving to a firing position that's suitable. She decided to just sit in the gap actually, and sometimes that is just the best solution, because it's the least one or the last one that the enemy would actually think, that somebody would just sit out in the open. She's just seeing how far she can extend her range at the moment on the enemy. Okay, she's found an enemy tank that she wants to attack, and that's the T28 HTC, otherwise known as the T28 Concept, who's just sitting there waiting for a shell. Direct hit, 153, landed on the upper plate just underneath the gun. I don't think he liked that. I think that motivated him to move away. She's backing up a little because she wants to get a shot on that Tiger, the Tiger P. And she couldn't get a shot because she was just too close to the factory where she was. And she's got to shoot over those buildings to get a hit onto him. There he is. In fact, she's still getting a red mark, or red line rather, so she's decided instead to go after the Crusade, but now she has to move forward if she wants to get a shot on him, because he's too far away. Okay, she's moved forward a little bit, I think, or is she just at the back? Just needs to move just a little bit closer. No, she actually didn't have it close enough there, you see. And as a consequence, the shell landed well in front of him. Now the enemy is actually closing in. They've got to the halfway line. She's now looking up into the heights. Found a King Tiger captured. Good hit. Yep, right on his rear for 170. That's a nice shot. And she's getting stun assist now as well. Always helps to hit an enemy target which you know is going to take damage from the enemy. And if you highlight it just as she's done, then you're much more likely to get a hit. But unfortunately at the moment, I think the bridge is actually blocking her shot. Yeah, it's either the bridge or it's the terrain. Pretty sure it's the bridge. Okay, Crusader. She could probably hit him. Or can she? No, I think she can't hit him actually, because that cover, that shelter is in the way. But she might be able to get a shot near the Type 58. No, it hit the building. Yes, now might be the time to change position if she's going to get shots. Decided to go after that King Tiger captured again. Nope, she's got no chance of hitting him whilst he's sitting in that corner. Needs him to move out of that corner if she's going to get any shots in that direction. That guy's completely surrounded. Grabs out. Well, that's better. It stunned him and she picked up a little bit of damage. 70 hit points. And now she's got a shot where she can fire at the Type 58 and the Crusader. But she's got to go through the legs of that crane in order to do it. This could be interesting. Rounds out. It hit one of the tanks. I think it hit the... I'm pretty sure it hit the... Not the Paulak, because there's the Hellcat. It certainly hit one of the tanks hiding beneath the... Oh, it's the Crusader it hit. And look at the amount of damage he's lost. Huge amount of damage. Rounds out in the same spot again. And she gets 156 this time off the Type 58. Stuns both of them, so she's picking up stun assist. That's working. Down goes the Type 58. Can she get the Crusader? She's going to give it a go. Oh, before she can shoot, he's killed. So the enemy's losing badly now. They've only got 5 left. The enemy Arty's been spotted, the M44, but he's just too far away. And Angelina would need to motor to get close enough. And no, he's gone. There's only 4 enemies remaining. She needs to change position if she's going to get any shots in that direction. And she hasn't got a huge amount of damage so far. But there's still plenty of potential with 4 enemy tanks remaining. Okay, they're all out the field. Again, that guy's too far away, but she can probably hit this Panzer IV Aslains. Can she get another hit in before he kills the KP-85, who's badly damaged? I think actually it's something wrong because he's not firing back when he does and finally kills the Schmalten. So only 3 enemies remaining. A Firefly 5C, a Sherman Jumbo, and a Jagdpanzer IV. Now she's looking over in that direction. Oh, she's found the Jagdpanzer IV. Go for it. Dialing in. Almost ready to go. Rounds out. This looks good. Yes! Direct hit on him for 185. He's taking damage. And the game's over. They captured the base. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the second class tanker for Angelina75 in the Hummel. She got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this one. She managed to get 7, which is more than Talon managed to get. And also her win rate is higher as well. It's 1,937, and that means that Angelina won the weekend lie-in because she had a better score on her win rate, even though they both had the same score on the mastery badge and also the bruiser. So let's have a look at the rest of the details. Well, we can see that she didn't get the highest damage in the game. That actually went to the Firefly on the enemy team with 1,796, but not enough to get a high caliber, so it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool. The second highest damage was the Tiger 1, who got a Spartan and 1,718. Third highest damage went to the 88 with 1,533, and Angelina picked up 1,426 because obviously she had that blind hit on the Crusader, and I'm pretty sure that that hit on the Crusader was a penetrating shot. Let's have a look. Well, it says on the tracks, but there, yes, it was a penetrating shot. She got 576 hit points off that penetrating shot on the Crusader, so it went straight through the armor. Very well done. That all the others were non-penetrators. Yes, as shown here. Yep, so it's only the Crusader that she penetrated, but she did get it through his armor. Let's go through the rest of the details. When it came to kills, it was the T-3485M who did the best with 4 kills. 3 kills to the T-29, also the Panzervier Schmelten. It's not Ausführung Schmelten, actually, it's just a Panzervier Schmelten. And Angelina was way down because she didn't get any kills at all in that game. But when it came to base XP, she's 5th on the table because the T-3485M got 929, the 88 got 845, the Tiger 765, the T-29 751, and then we've got Angelina with 674. She fired 9 shots, not really enough actually, is in my view. I think if they actually let the battle progress, I think they could have killed all the enemy tanks and they would have won anyway. I think they capped out prematurely. 4 enemy vehicles were damaged, or were hit rather, and 1 was penetrated, the Crusader. 7 splash on the enemy. 1,426 hit points of damage, all of it done at more than 300 meters. She damaged 6 of the enemy, didn't get any kills, but she did get 71 hit points of damage assist and 296 hit points of stun assist off 8 stuns. On a free-to-play account, she earned 25,614 credits, and after resupply of ammunition, 21,069 credits. 674 base XP times 2 for the first victory took away 1,348 experience points altogether. So Angelina won that weekend lie-in, and the contest has already started for next week. So the next video is actually the most recent videos or most recent games that Talon and Angelina have played. So you'll see who's actually in the lead at this moment. If you enjoyed this replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.